That heifer right there just don't even care.
Save yourself now.
Action.
Yeah, bye.
What do you say, folks? Appreciate y'all joining us once again on this Sunday evening.
Getting a full house already.
All right.
That's a new one.
Yeah, it is. DNA and Apiaries.
Well, welcome, Dan.
That's it. Appreciate you.
There's Sarah.
Kind of let everybody start trickling on in. During the meanwhile, we're going to have some conversation tonight. That's probably, I have sat here and just got myself fired up about it. And we heard it the other night on another live chat. Then we had a brother that hangs out with us a lot here in these chats mentioned something to us. We were running a little bit late this evening. We can use your prayers and strength right now. We'll get into a little bit more whenever we get into the prayer list, but that's the only reason we kind of running a minute too behind this evening. But on top of that, during the mad rush of getting home, getting all this set up, got to looking at a video, and if what is really going on
If
is
what
true,
appears is going on,
then my heavens. And I imagine most everybody else probably have a pretty close, if not the same, opinion on where I'm liable to go with it. But other than that,
you're on live.
I know.
You can go everywhere you want to go when you're being recorded.
But anywho, nosing around, the last 3 days we have got.
Hang on just a second. Okay. Jeremy just put a comment. He came in the chat and said he had some good news. I was like, well, how's the baby? And he said he's doing so much better. They did a heart scan and his hole is closing, lowered the medicine dosage, and instead of going to the doctor every month, he goes every 3 months. Jeremy, that is awesome. We're so glad to hear that about that baby.
Yes, Lord. Thank y'all, folks. The prayer warriors out there.
That made my day. That really just made my day. That little baby doing better.
Lord, yes. Some good news.
Okay, so sorry, I just wanted to point that out. When I seen it, I was like, oh my gosh.
I done run the train up the track already.
Take a deep breath before you start over.
All this blasted rain we have been getting, which it's been aggravating. I know everybody that's dealing with it, but a lot of us is helped out from the drought from last year. So it's got its benefits, and Lord willing, it'll help us come spring. With all that being said,
yeah, we got 6 inches in 2 days.
3 days, almost a little over 7 inches of rain in 3 days. What we got? The first night was 4 inches, just alone by itself. But since then, we've been driving up and down the highways and got to looking, and where we've been working this past week, well, couple weeks, got to noticing all the little dandelion everywhere. Them things has popped up all over the place. Mm-hmm. And noticing too, a little purple nettle, or it may be red, the proper way to call it red, but it looked purple to me. But the nettles are popping up all over the place, and we was at Hannah's grandma's today, and just kind of clearing my mind a little bit. Sissy. I was out doing a little bit of metal detecting out in the orchard where we got the swarm box out there from last year, and seeing that crimson clover starting to try to come on up. There's a few of them starting to bloom a little bit, so it ain't gonna be long for us folks down here on the southern end of things.
Jeremy said they did a bunch of stuff blooming like crazy in West Texas.
Good deal. This rain seems to really be helping out. Now I hope it don't turn into a year before last. I think it was year before last where, what was it, y'all? It rained seriously for 30 days. Every day.
Did
It
not
rained.
let up. It was worse than Forrest Gump ever thought it could be. It was horrible. At least it finally did quit this time, though, after 5 days straight. Almost. I'm over the rain, y'all. I don't mean to sound grumpy, but I'm sick and tired of the stinking rain. I know we need it, but it's getting old.
A lot of y'all, some up in the north, y'all probably ain't even thawed out good yet, either.
No, look, y'all, I couldn't believe it, but yesterday it was almost 80 degrees here. Okay, we had the whole house opened up, and I was literally starting spring cleaning. And I sat down for a minute and opened YouTube, and Canada Brad's vlog video come out, and he's out there on that tractor pushing snow. I was like, I'm sweating in a t-shirt, and he's shoving snow with a tractor.
But then yesterday evening, when that sun went down and that front come back through here, buddy, it got, well, cold for us. It got cold fast, about 45 or so last night.
As soon as it got dark, the temperature plummeted.
So it didn't take long to shut windows once that moved on in here.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat.
Yeah,
I'm going to say hey to people.
we're
I can't type that fast.
we can go through and say howdy to everybody real quick. Because it's us.
I'm missing a bunch of people coming in that I haven't been able to type hey to.
We're going to open up the chat pretty early tonight.
Yeah, y'all just get us tonight and whoever else decides to jump in.
DC got first, and he said, be the salt of the earth, in which Lord knows we'll try our best. Grace and Bud, appreciate you. James, Noel, Ed's in here. Tracy, Three Oaks. Keith Spillman, appreciate you. Stone River, Mr. Mark Miller. Randy from Tar Heel. Carl and his two B brats. Miss Little Haley.
I missed y'all coming in.
Yeah. Did I get Ed? Say Ed?
But hey, yeah.
Yep.
Either way.
Our other Texican out there, old Philip. Michael Tang Way, Mr. Joey, Mr. Mike Conley. Yeah, see him. D and N Apiaries, Dan. That's new to our chat. We appreciate you coming in once again. Sarah.
I didn't say hey.
I don't want to miss nobody in here.
She's in here too.
Jeremy, Ewing, appreciate you.
I think it's you.
Ewing, I probably butchered that. J and D's. Queen B, Red Fist, appreciate you coming back too, bro.
And Pastor Larry, Miss Jan, and Miss Liana. I miss them too.
Circle T, good to see you back. Dan, Boudreaux. Hey, now there's a Louisiana one.
Oh, hey, JW.
And old Ian, he's joining us again this evening. Appreciate y'all, Ziggy. Sharon, I think we got everybody now.
Maybe we're caught up.
But, yeah, we're getting excited.
Yeah.
The other day, when we noticed all the little dandelion pop up, as soon as we got home, walked straight down there to the bees, and which we only got the two remaining, our little open air colony, as y'all know.
They got blown
Yeah,
away.
106 mile an hour east, southeast, northeast. Anyway, they over in Georgia somewhere. And but y'all, buddy, they was bringing in buku pollen. It was like they was having trouble coming in.
Bogged down.
Yeah, they were. But it seemed like almost every single one of them that was coming home had them a good fill of yellow pollen.
Ian said it's mild weather sweeping across Canada. Yeah.
Just above freezing.
They'd be melting down here when I'm talking about I'm freezing.
Oh yeah, he'd probably have a big smile on his face. We talk. Our freezing to us would be anything below 55 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, that's cold down here.
Somebody can calculate that into Celsius there, but yeah, it's time to get some shirt, long johns, and all that good stuff out for my
Yeah,
field.
Lisa, that's the question. What exactly do you consider mild in Canada?
Yeah. Well, he was mentioning that it was going to be warm enough to melt the snow off the fields up there. So I guess a little above freezing, I reckon. Do that much.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's laughing at it.
Yeah.
Pastor Larry said that was a great picture you posted of the pollen loaded.
I got a confession.
Did you cheat?
I did. I took a screenshot off Google real quick because when I thought about telling everybody about the dandelion park, I was like, you dummy, you should have, at least got a picture of one. And our yard, our bees have to borrow from the neighbors, if you will, because our yard is just water oak. And there's a small area of grass, I don't know, 100 by 100 maybe, that'll really get going. But it's nice and cool in the summertime because it creates a canopy. But outside of that, it is aggravating dealing with all these blasted trees. So, yeah, y'all, it is a pretty picture, but I cannot take no credit for that.
I didn't even know you did that. Stole the picture.
That was my first clickbait, I guess. I do apologize, y'all.
Broke your streak.
Yeah, I'm going to have to prove myself to y'all once again. Really, Philip Morris from RTX sent it to me and said, Tim, I think this would be a wonderful picture.
Didn't Pastor Larry just preach to us on making excuses this morning?
He sure did. Yeah, he did.
This morning.
Yeah. That was a good service too, Pastor Larry. We weren't able to make it church, so we sat down and watched your message this morning.
I did.
That was a good message.
Really made me check myself.
Because I tell you what, if anybody watched it, y'all know this. It's her fault.
Yeah.
I told her I was going to do that too.
I'm telling him he was going to be losing brownie points by the second when he started doing that.
Pulling no blame shift, if you will.
Yeah. Lee said, we'll forgive you this time.
Thank you much. I appreciate you, brother. And I wasn't able to get to your comment, Ed's live yesterday, but on the God Love Him Lee called in one of the last chats we had about Hannah trying to find some good, what do you call it, powdered lemonade you can put in drinks. And
he sent us some.
Sure did.
It's really good too, by the way. I've been drinking the mess out of it.
Because in a sense, I kind of got the third degree whenever the packages come in. She said, did you order something from, what was it, Amazon or whatever?
There's Todd. I haven't seen you in a minute, buddy.
I said, hey, you appreciate you, brother. They ought to be kind of warm out there in California, too. But thank you, Lee. She enjoys them. I do not.
He doesn't do lemon at all. I can sit down and eat lemons like people eat apples, though.
Every so often I'll get a hankering for one, but it's maybe I don't know, twice a year, but it's got to be an actual homemade lemonade. I don't want. I don't know. It's just as bad as putting it in your teeth. May as well pour it down the drain. Anyhow,
Ooh, Philip's got activity. So today was the first sunny day after all the rain. There was some major orientation flights going on this afternoon.
new bees. We can't say baby bees because we've corrected one time.
I say baby bees. I don't care what anybody has to say.
It's not new bees. I mean, it's not baby bees. It's new bees.
At Gunline, they're baby bees. If they're in my yard and they just came out, they're baby bees.
They're baby bees.
I haven't had enough coffee this evening. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be snapping. But
no.
Don't tell me I can't call them baby bees.
That's great to hear. Folks is starting to see good signs.
Yeah.
Now, I did catch a little bit.
Thanks, DC. I got somebody on my side.
Baby bees is just fine.
Oh, there you go, Lisa.
I got to keep up with this chat.
It's hard to talk and read at the same time.
Oh, look, well, we got almost 50 y'all in here. Yeah,
Oh,
appreciate
wow.
y'all.
Mike Barry must have ended his life.
And on that, if you're watching or you catch it later, congratulations, brother, on your 10,000 subs. Well deserved.
Yes, absolutely. And told Philip too. He said earlier in the chat he invited people over, but Mike Barry was still going. I was like, man, we didn't want to crash his celebration live.
No, we
Not
had
any means.
We had literally walked in the door, sat down for a second, and I had opened up YouTube and seen that he was live, and I was like, oh, heck yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And we sat down and watched it for a minute, and brother, we was just honestly telling you, congratulations on your 10,000 subs. You could have went for the remainder of the evening, would have been fine with us.
That's a huge thing.
But
I don't know. They said he got disconnected.
did he?
That sucks.
Okay. Well,
if he comes back on, y'all don't feel bad about going and celebrating with him.
No, go celebrate
At
with
all.
me. Like I said, well deserved. Carl had texted me earlier from 2B Brats, and I'm going to use the wordage that he used. A very humble man.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not agree more with you on that. We've never met him face to face, just talking to him here and there between these chats and stuff. You can tell and see him in his videos that he's a genuine individual, and it's not, he's there to help the people.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's just down to earth.
That's a good thing. Yes. What else exciting there?
I don't know, but DC's got a conundrum.
What's that there?
He said it's January, and I'm wondering if 2 frames of bees is enough to make it 2 to 3 more months. I watched your video earlier, DC. Not one of his soul boxes was down to like 1 frame, maybe a little bit more than 1 frame.
Mm. I mean, I'll put it like this to you, DC. The only difference that you've really had in your weather this year and ours, you've kind of been fluctuating up and down with these warm fronts, and you've had the snow.
Yeah.
And we got ice for a few days. But for the ones that have just been keeping up with us, the queenless colony out there, the drone layer, we still ain't done nothing with them. We've just left them in the box, and I fully expected walking down there yesterday to see just dead bees in that box. But y'all, there's still bees in that box. In DC, there wasn't at all a whole frame of bees in there. So I'd say, yeah, they could probably still make it.
Anything's possible.
Mm-hmm.
William Phillip gonna get in trouble over there.
What's he into?
Well, Philip accused Lee of cutting Mike Beer's live off.
Well, he does have.
Telling him his secrets, Phil.
Well, he's got access to everybody's accounts, so he could be doing, some kind of hacking. He said,
I don't see Lee doing that. Not at all.
What else here?
Yeah, CDC Darren's got even colder weather, I think.
He's got Pennsylvania.
Yeah. He said he has a few small colonies like that, and as long as they have stores, he's not too much worried.
There you go. Throw him a good frame of honey in there. A little bit of your pollen patty you made up. Get after it, ladies. I think they'll go.
Yeah, Tracy, we're the same. I'm praying we can get home early enough one day this week to go play in the bees.
Yeah.
Lee. He said, like that's kind of tempting.
We're supposed to have some pretty weather. Finally, some sunshine, so we can probably get out there and at least pop the lids and see how they doing. Now,
Hannah needs a therapy day.
Valentine, her bunch was bringing in like crazy when I was mentioning earlier, all that pollen. Then the little nuke we bought in October, whenever it was, October, early November. They was traveling well themselves, so Lord willing, in the next few weeks, where we at, fix to go into February, so yeah, about another 3 weeks, we may try to start working on some small splits off them, and in between that, getting these other nukes in here, and get this yard built back up again.
Sarah says she's gotta have waiters to get to her house right now.
You see her picture?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it was like she had to cross a mini river, if you will, to get to her bees there on the other side.
No, I didn't. I was so in and out with my grandma today, I didn't get to YouTube today at all.
Well, how far are we in? 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do the prayer list?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get started on this prayer list, y'all. If there's anybody we need to add to, take away from, let us know. We'd be happy to do so. It's awesome hearing Jeremy about that baby.
Yes. I'm telling you, that just made my day, hearing that baby's doing better. Okay. I hadn't seen him in here tonight, but our friend Keith at Blairmore Farms, Mr. Martin Miller, Hillbilly Earl. I hadn't seen him in here tonight either. Ed and his wife, Miss Chris, the Dirt Rooster's dad, Mr. Pat, Miss Deb, the Sun Bunny, Bob's friend, Jason Cooper, and then Grammy Lisa. We got her son and 2 granddaughters on here. Bob and his family. Tom, Mac Apiary Bees and his family. Mr. Donnie, Michael Tangway's wife, Miss Cindy, Miss Carla Green, and then the Gandys. We got Mr. Larry, Miss Sherry, and Mr. Larry's mom. DC's parents, especially his mama. The K. Wilmoth family. That's James Knowles' sister. And then Lee's sister, Nikki King. He said she was doing good last time, right? Or doing much
She's
better.
doing better. Yeah.
Yeah. And then David Hoskins' little granddaughter, Emma, Honeystone Farm, Flip's daughter, Samantha, baby Luca that Mr. Dan Weaver put on here, Canada Brad, the Brown and Daughters Beekeepers in Israel, Pam's Gardens best friend, Mindy, and then Philip's mentee's best friend, Deanna Wheeler. But he said she was home and doing better, right? Last time.
I
I
believe
hope she's still improving.
Philip, you know any
James said we can take
further
her
on her?
call.
All right, James.
Philip's Aunt Linda and his cousin Lorinda, Sarah's daughter Crystal, the Jennifer Brown family, Russell Amon's wife Brenda, and then Sarah's husband's cousin Phil is on here. Jeremy's little baby Isaiah, Bobby's Bee and his family, Minnesota Mike and his friend Mr. Vincent. And then the Sissy Williams family. She passed away yesterday. We just found out. So y'all please be praying for them. And then I'm gonna ask y'all again to pray for my family. We, especially my dad and my grandma. We just got some stuff going on. And then added today, and that's kind of what Tim was ranting about a little bit earlier, but Kennedy Bowman and the battle her and her family are going through right now. And that's our really long prayer list.
Mr. Larry said they're almost there to be taken off. Certainly appreciate all the prayers. And let me get back up here. Bobby's Bees has to keep his family.
Keep him on.
Keep him on the list.
Absolutely.
And see, there was one more in here. Okay, yeah, James Noel there.
About somebody else there.
Where you at there in there, James? Yeah. Okay.
Went all the way to the top.
But
okay, Lisa,
take me to y'all.
Yeah.
Yep. So, good deal. We're hearing
Awesome. Yeah.
the Lord's hearing the prayers, and we're grateful for Him that His will be done either way. But we do thank Him for His will. Now, I'm opening up this chat. Any of y'all want to jump in here? Make sure. But I'm gonna get on a.
Oh, I can hear that. Philip said Deanna Wheeler had a few setbacks, but he's going to check on her again. Philip's the Gandies.
All right. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's stream off.
Okay. Before you hit the wrong button.
Mm-hmm.
Philip, I gotta thank you for that. I've been calling him Snot Tubs.
Yes,
lately. He has moved on from buttons.
I'm gonna have to change it, I reckon, y'all. Snot Tubs.
Mm-hmm.
Or that can be the middle name. Buttons, Small Tubs, Snot Tubs.
Button Snot. That's too much of a mess.
Get me a new flight made.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. I imagine most of y'all done probably checked this out, looked at it. If not, let me see if I still got the link to it on my phone.
Oh, somebody's coming on in. That's Jeremy. Hey,
How y'all doing
Jeremy.
there? How y'all doing?
You turned the volume off again, didn't you? But
Stand by, brother. I didn't push enough buttons.
he pushed all the wrong buttons. Okay, try again.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Sorry, I'm
How we go?
I'm folding some laundry while babysitting in the garage, but listening at the same time. So
Multitasking.
yes,
Y'all
sir.
killing
Or
me.
yes, ma'am.
This
What's
man's
that?
folding laundry. Bob's pushing the dishwasher.
I got a baby, one of them with toys everywhere, and
Yeah.
You're in full dad mode.
yes, I am.
That's great.
So that's kind of why I want to jump on a little bit too. Was y'all heard the good news? Hey, son of one, how you doing?
Hey, all right.
But I just want to jump on real quick. I know I've been debating. We planned on moving back to Alabama this year, but that didn't happen. So I sold the
Mhm.
company in August, and I just decided I'm gonna run maybe 5 or 10 colonies just to. I can't get it out of my systems. I
I
can't
don't
get it
think
out of
you'll
my
ever leave
systems.
your system.
Yeah, so I could literally, I got them tattooed on me and everything, and
Yeah.
I, I still watch the videos. I haven't had bees for a few months, and I already have removals if I want to go do them. And no, sir, I'm sorry. Have get on to the little one, but no, I was just excited and wanted to say thank y'all for the prayers for our son. He's doing a lot better. Um, but at the same time, being a family dad, family man right now, I'm not gonna start the full on business, but maybe run 5 or 10 colonies. So I'm super excited about that. So,
I bet you are.
but I got to start all over again.
Well, it'll pan out in due time, brother. You just take care of that family and let the Lord put the rest of it together for you.
Definitely, definitely.
At least you can get back in them. Have you some downtime. I know
I'm a,
Brian said hashtag Jeremy 50.
see. I could probably, I could easily reach quite a bit if I wanted to put my time into it, especially with the removals already coming in.
Mhm.
But I have to discipline myself to not actually waste my time.
Look, I've had a lot on you right now, too.
Oh yeah,
Sound like one firing off there.
yeah. He's got his toys and climbing on
That's a
everything,
happy kid.
and the other one's feeding on Mama right now, and he's about to come in here and hang out too. So,
Yeah.
Man,
how's there?
it's wonderful to hear when things are that bad. We doing good. We're
Good.
prepared, I guess, as far as equipment and all that. We just got to get numbers built back up again this year.
That's easy. Y'all could do it. See, my
Well,
thing is, last year my garage, where I'm in now, I had 200 deep boxes, all kinds of equipment, and now it's the kids' game room. They have an actual projector, air conditioner in here, and couches, and so I can't. I have to force myself to not get big because I have nowhere to put anything.
yeah.
Well, maybe that'd be a good point to look at every day and go, now,
Right.
Well, Max got a good point. Family first, blink once or twice when they're grown.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But I was just gonna jump on really quick. I try to watch everybody every time I see a live or something like that. I'll jump on for 5, 10 minutes, try to stay in the comments a little bit, but now I get to be more active, hopefully. So I might start a little series starting from scratch, try to not build up like I want to, but build up at least. So.
Trying to rein yourself in.
Yeah.
We do appreciate you. It's good to see you, and I know everybody else appreciate you coming in.
It's so good to hear about that baby too.
I'm telling you, that boy's a bundle of joy too. So we're so grateful and blessed, and thank everybody for the prayers too. So.
Oh, you're welcome, bro.
But I'm gonna continue watching. I hope y'all are doing good, and everybody else. Now, y'all are all Alabama, right? I'm trying to move to I'm trying to move to Auburn, Opelika area probably. So we'll see what happens.
Well, there you go. Holler at us if y'all get out this way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to go visit family in Gulf Shores and everything too, anyway. So we'll see y'all sometime.
Oh, we're real close to you in Gulf Shores.
All right.
Okay. Well, if I go this summer, I may have to go make a little detour, say hi.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing else. We'll meet you down on the causeway down there. Keep you from diverting 45 minutes north. We can meet you down there and eat some good seafood at one of those.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, y'all have a good one. I'm going to continue watching.
Y'all take care.
Y'all take care. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. I seen your picture, and whenever we got home, that's the first thing I done. When I got out the truck, I went and looked at our native maples, and ours ain't doing nothing. They don't look anything like what you got there at your house.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of shocked me because I knew they were getting close, and I'd let them go for maybe 4 or 5 days. Didn't look at them, and went out there the other day. And there they were, sprouting. And I'm like, all right, here we go. I went and did a video today. I actually took one of my largest hives and shook them all out. Did a tearing off split. See how that goes. And that hive was loaded for bear with drones. I could not believe how many drones were in there.
Well, so we're starting to pick up on Ed. I might kind of give some of y'all an idea. For the ones that's new to us, we're down in the Mobile area. We're just outside of Mobile, Alabama. Ed is in Dothan area over there. And we're probably, by the way the crow flies, I don't know, 2.5 hours.
It's my friend.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Sarah.
But the difference in, the maples blooming, starting to bloom at your place, you're not seeing any of the signs that we've got over here yet. It's kind of, we got this vice versa going on.
Well, I looked in the yard today. I have the henbit coming up, or the red henbit. It's not blooming yet. It's coming up. Clover is all over the place. Dandelion. I'm sorry, dandelions everywhere right now. But I haven't seen the clover yet.
DC said, any idea what white pollen could be? I guess he's got a bunch of white coming out. I don't know, because all of ours is like big bird yellow.
Yeah, very bright yellow.
Big bird yellow.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. You guys wear me out when I get on these lives. I'm sapped for a whole day.
Yeah.
But it's worth it, you guys. I like chatting with y'all, seeing everybody.
I know.
I'm trying to see what's in my area, the southern Indiana. Right now we've got water issues. It's flooding between the melted snow and more rain, and it happens every year.
Yeah. How deep was that?
It's about
little run through there.
2 to 3 feet deep, depending on
so it's
how
good.
Yeah, it can get dangerous back there.
Ooh, I wish I had a way to share it, or imagine if I could figure if we could get a laptop to run. But
well, I got a picture.
Go ahead, sir. Put it up there with.
Let's see.
Hang on, let me make you big.
If you look
Hold
out
your
the
breath.
window,
Buttons hitting buttons here.
if you see the window view, that's water
Oh
in my backyard.
my word.
It gets
Mm,
it gets yuck. But it
It
only
was
happens a couple times a year, so it's not too horrible. And I mean, where I have the bees, they're up high enough where the water doesn't get to them. So, but we do keep our eye on the moisture situation.
Now I did peeping in the other day after this last cool front moved through here pretty good. I got earlier last week. Chris Bugman, 1966. He sent us the oil tray bottom board, you know. And to be honest with you, we ain't been out there fooling with the bees, so I kind of forgot about seeing what has dropped in that tray. Now we haven't put anything in there yet, but it's just like, well, let's see what's going on. But I did notice there was quite a bit. You could see condensation building, pretty heavy in the bottom of it. Then I went and shined the light up in the horizontal hive, and you could see just, it wasn't a whole bunch, but there was a little bit of condensation down at the very bottom of where that little nuke is. But I imagine between us getting into these higher temperatures all week coming up, they'll probably have 99% of that dried out tomorrow or the next day.
Hopefully, because one of my stands shifted. It's a wooden stand, and we put it in the earth. So with the earth moving, the stand moved, and it made I have a solid bottom hive, and it was retaining moisture. So I put a shim under and got it to drain out. So I'm crossing they had a good heat signature, but it was in the low 30s when I saw it. It was the rain after the snow.
Oh.
So that kind of, I'm going to go out again when it's dry, a little drier tomorrow. Get the fleur. I love this thing. Just hook it into your phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was one you could just hook to your phone.
What in the world is it there? Oh, okay.
I had no idea there was one you could do on your phone.
And then you open up the program, plug it in.
That's wonderful.
Turn it on.
That is so cool.
And then
I'm gonna have to look into that.
hang on, you see me. There it goes.
Oh yeah. That's wow.
How about that?
You see
How
me?
much one of them puppies run?
Seriously, I'm gonna have to check into one of those.
Well, my hubby is the one that ordered it from Amazon, and I know he got it on sale. So
You can get anything on Amazon.
he's a thrifty man, but he's the one who found it for me and acquired it, and I'm playing.
Yeah, there you go.
And I do like being able to see that they're in there, because when you're just looking at them and they're all clustered in there, they're not coming and going. You don't know if they're alive or dead. It's disheartening to know, but it's better to know when they're in there, I think.
Yeah. If nothing else than just to ease your mind, huh?
Yeah, because I mean, they do what they do in there.
You know, around here in Alabama, we at least get to see them fly a couple times during the season, during the winter season. So you know,
Well, and ours has been mild. We're supposed to get cold and stay cold, but we really haven't.
Yeah.
Well, it's an added benefit. I get kind of like where you going with it, Ed. We have the advantage of, you know, we can just walk down there in a day or two. Okay, we can see we got pretty good traffic coming in and out. Y'all up there in the North Country, y'all may be under snow for a week or three at a time, and you can go out there with what you got now. And Phil from 33 Mile Bees up there, he was showing his off whenever, yeah, everybody had got that big snow up there, and he's in Michigan, right? And it was pretty cool. Be thinking, well, if I had to deal with all that daggone snow, you could just go out there and shine your camera around and go, all right, you know, they're clustering good, or there's a good chance this one didn't make it.
Well, and I know I'm going to make some sugar patties because they've been flying, and I know they've been eating more when they're not clustered. So I'm going to make some sugar and put on just in case.
Well, if they don't take it, you know, they
Well,
pulling on something.
that's the thing. I had at least 5 colonies last year, didn't even touch the sugar brick. So I'm like, fine. Well, they had it if they needed it, and they made it. So I just melted it down and used it for their spring feed. Dissolved it rather.
Philip Morris says that Sarah's hot when you had that thing up.
Hot in all capital letters there.
Yeah.
Where? In the
He
chat?
put it in the
Oh,
comments.
Yeah,
Sarah
the
is
chat.
hot. Yeah, I was hot, wasn't I? I got a temperature. Thank you, Phil, for noticing.
No,
There it is. Well, you know, my name in Japanese means plate or dish.
Oh,
And so my husband called me a hot dish.
Yeah.
He's funny like that.
too funny.
But yes, osada is a plate or a dish in Japanese.
Okay.
And Jasper is tonight's special guest. Hi, Jasper.
Jasper's pouting because he had to spend the day in the kennel.
Uh-oh.
puppy prison all day.
Well, we tried to leave him out the other day and see how he'd do, because he did okay a couple times. I mean, literally, we just walked next door for an hour maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Came home.
That's all it
He
took.
had shredded a throw pillow.
Oh,
It was just fluff all over the
Jasper.
living room. I was like, no, you blew it. So he's going to pile up on top of me since we finally got home and let him out.
Now he's apologizing. Please, Mom, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, Mom.
Please.
no, you burned that bridge.
Yeah,
We was on the phone with Lee walking through the door, and she just gasped whenever we walked in.
Oh, no.
Well, I've been there. I had a princess dog, and she left me a few things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I dog sat another one when my children were young that liked to eat the diapers out of the trash.
No.
Oh, yeah, that was, and I even tried to got through the child lock and everything. It
I've
was
been
smart.
bringing
I
his
mean,
name.
I'd have to put the dog in the yard.
it ended up staying outside for a little bit, but yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have a dog anymore. I have bees now. Or I should say, bees have me now.
Yeah.
Somebody at my meeting said, because I said I have 20-some colonies, and they're like, "Are you running your bees, or are your bees running you?"
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm running my bees.
Maybe not, though.
They run you.
Hey, but I love every minute of it.
We can neither confirm nor deny that, but he was shamed.
Mm.
No, I didn't smack him with the pillow.
I was just giving him the
He's such
political.
a weenie. All you gotta do is look at him in a mean tone of voice, and he's bowing his head down at you. He's pitiful. Like, he's so pitiful.
He's a spoiled dog. This woman has spoiled that dog. He ain't pitiful.
He's
He's
pitiful.
spoiled.
Just
I
tell him
can't
he's a
help him.
good boy. He's just a good boy.
Most of the time, he really is, honestly.
If we can get him over these triggers that he has, like I'll set an air compressor off the truck, and it's this is just one for example. It sat there for 3 days. He never paid it no attention. Then all of a sudden, one day, he looked out the window and seen it sitting there, and it just he had an emotional breakdown, barking and running back and forth, trying to let me out to go get this, and
Mm-hmm.
like, man, just calm down.
He's a quirky dog.
Um,
Yeah, he is still a puppy.
yeah, because he ain't 7 months old now. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
gotta
a
look
puppy.
back and see which live that was we did.
it was
I
on
can't remember.
our 500 giveaway. No, the unofficial official tasting the first night when we did the first half of the honey tasting that everybody sent in because we was running late.
It was the giveaway, not the honey tasting.
Was it the
That was
giveaway?
two different things.
Okay.
Come on, you old turd.
Um,
Oh yeah, Philip, he'll tell on himself in a heartbeat. You can see it all over his face when he's done something.
And then when you look at him and say, "I know it was you," and then they,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was obvious because I just picked up a handful of that fluff and I held it up at both of them, and Stella's just bouncing all over the place, her normal happy self, and Jasper's like curling up on the carpet. I'm like, dude, you're a terrible liar. Well, I hope he grows out of his puppies. So, he said, y'all don't be talking about my kind.
they have to be
What?
heard too.
Yeah, they do.
I had
He heard something.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go take a look to see what she hears outside.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to think
Oh.
whether
Staff and Mike said they went from a big ice storm to today it was 65 and sunny.
But the bees got to fly a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's going to be back in the low 40s and high 30s. So hopefully they stay clustered.
Lee, did he really order it? Charlie got his hive lifter.
Finally, yay!
Finally.
Where did Ed go?
Hold on, we don't need to jump to
Somebody's
conclusions.
fixing to start crawfishing here.
This would just be hearsay.
No, I don't think Lee does hearsay.
We don't. I think we got to see Charlie with his.
Even DC said, "What for real?"
Yeah.
Oh boy, Tim's in trouble if Charlie really got a hive lifter, y'all.
Dang, Charlie! I told you you shouldn't have listened to people and jumped on that just like that. But we'll see.
Philip said I'll have PTS if we bring up the honey cheese.
Is that anything like PMS? Did I say that out loud?
You dropped your filter stand.
Oh, I gotta pick it up.
Oh man.
Yeah, because Philip
Jasper's coming back for that one.
How Philip say that for the unofficial tasting in his letter? That the women and children would, if he didn't win, he knew the women and children would love it or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that he was going ahead and throwing out his excuses there, like only girls and kids love my honey. If Mr. Donnie don't pick it, that's why, because he's a man. I was like, oh boy.
I think I missed that part. I tried to tune in, excuse me, and
Oh
see
look,
what was going
those
on.
ended up being so long of episodes.
Yeah,
Well, I had
we-
2 of my grandchildren all weekend, and I'm still coming down off of their noise.
Oh man, your ears are ringing in the quiet, aren't they?
12 and 3. Well, and the 3-year-old, she's my youngest, and she's a talker. She likes to ask questions, and well,
Mm-hmm.
to stay that engaged, I'm getting old and I'm tired.
Yeah. I had to tell one of ours one time, look, buddy, you're gonna make Hanny Boo's brain start smoking. Okay, I can't keep up. You gotta let me think.
It's like let's just listen to the quiet for a second here.
But none of them like to play the quiet game anymore. Now I know why that was my mom's favorite game when we were kids.
Yep. Well, and it's 1, 2, 3, quiet as a mouse with them, and we do it in
Yeah.
the car because they like to just carry on in the car, and we got to be paying attention in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're bad at it, but they're improving. They're growing and learning. I mean, I love having them, but I like seeing them go home too.
Yeah.
Go forth and do that over there. Grandma's got bees.
Uh-huh. Hey,
And I think
that's how you get them. If y'all
and
don't quit, we're going to get in the bee.
we're going to get in the bee. I'm going to go and I tell them all the time, I'm going to tell my bees about you. I'm going to tell them about you, everything.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Ed.
Yeah, back. Had a strange dog in her yard. She heard him out there. I didn't hear him.
She might have
See
smelled.
me.
Yeah.
She had to run the dog off.
You say, Bruce?
That is a Bruce. I see a Bruce and a Dave and a Philip and a Darren.
My honey has a broad of teeth. It does, Philip.
Now, I tried to, because I have people asking for honey. And I told them, go to Bruce's bees. I know he's got a ton of bees. I know he's got honey. And they said, no, I'm just going to wait for yours. That was the best I ever had. I'm like, oh, thank you. My bees did so good.
Okay, so James, it's just an ink pen. It's not a vape. I promise. It's just my little ink pen.
I've been talking to my doctor about quitting smoking too. But I told her I don't want to trade the devil for the witch. Good night,
Yeah.
Circle T Farm.
Yes, take care. Appreciate you. Well, hopefully it'll be something you can get over that hill. And
Well, it's almost like with these children, and I noticed it with my own, they would improve for a while and then fall off, but then they'd have to figure it out and come back. It's just like all of us, I suppose, coming to the Father through the Son kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
we just got to have that want to actually, okay, I'm going to do this and be done. No more, like going back to Pastor Larry this morning, no more excuses. Even you, some of the biggest lies we try to tell ourselves,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and we believe a lot of them because we just continue to do and make excuse once again or justify whatever it is we do. But yes, guilty in the same sense on things. There's things that you got to come to that point of, okay, I got to be done with it for real.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Not a lot of it is really hard.
Oh yeah,
Well, and God willing, we'll get up and do it all over again tomorrow.
yes, man, that's
You
it.
know, fresh
It
start
says,
every day.
it says his grace is renewed every day.
Well, and
So
that's the trick. See, I put my slippers under my bed. So when I get up in the morning, put my slippers on, I say, "Thank you, Jesus, for another good day." And then I
Mm-hmm.
put them under my bed at night and say, "Thank you for a good day."
Yes,
Wake
man.
up and do it all over again. But when I don't do that is when I run into trouble. When I forget to say thank you for this
Mm-hmm.
day, that's when things go wonky. Things get
Yeah.
acting funny. I've noticed.
What were you saying?
He said, you
Uh,
haven't broken that coffee cup on Tim yet.
no,
I'm babying this one, Lee.
I'm
No,
keeping a safe
see,
distance.
Dave said
Mm,
he smoked for years and finally quit. See, the thing is, I've already quit. I know what it's like I know what's coming,
mm-hmm.
the withdrawal from that. And it's, I'm not looking forward to it.
It's not pleasant at
Mm-mm.
all.
Hey, Brian, you're gonna enjoy that cup, buddy.
I love my Kodiak Farm cup. It keeps coffee hot for a while. And it don't even have a lid on it. But it's awesome.
I don't
That's my
have a
favorite
coffee
ever.
cup in reach. I've got a Sarah's Happy Hives one. My
Oh,
dad, the
Daisy?
last one he drank out of.
Oh,
So I have a cup of coffee with my dad every morning with it.
I have one that my dad bought me. Like, he picked it out just for me. He gave it to me for, it was like my 10th or 11th birthday, literally. And it was like, it just had a picture of a little girl with her hair in pigtails, and she's leaning over a fence, kissing her horse on the nose.
Oh,
And it said all the way across the cup, "Who needs a cowboy?" He told me he was trying to tell me something with that cup, but
yeah.
literally, he gave it to me when I was 10 or 11, and it's been what, 2 years since right there.
I broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the one that emptied the coffee?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
yeah. So from 10 or 11 to I'm almost 33 now. So that's how long I drank coffee out of that cup, literally. And I asked him to dump the last little swallow of coffee out one day. We were in town at an intersection, and he went to pour the coffee out. And when when he brought his hand back up, all he had was the handle of my cup, and I
Mm.
heard the crash. I was like, "No, you did not just break my coffee cup my daddy bought me."
Yeah, I felt bad about that. I just gave it a gentle, you give it the old shake, make sure you get all the whatever at the bottom out of it, and the cup part just kept going for some reason. And I come back with, like she said, just the handle of it, and I was like, I'm sorry, ain't no way we can get this one. It's in 100
It
pieces.
was, but literally, yeah, almost 20 years drinking coffee out of one cup.
Well, it gave my thing twice.
Huh?
I didn't mean to send that message twice, or am I only seeing it twice?
No, I only see it once.
Okay. It has a double on my chat.
Well, I see it twice up there.
Hmm.
Mhm.
No, I guess he's.
Yeah, it's funny you guys bring that up. You mentioned that, Sarah, because someone else mentioned that too. Is that who did Christ direct correction, a lot of correction to while he was here on earth? Is to the religious establishment, because they were being religious, not worshiping the way they should.
The Pharisees.
Yeah, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, they were tied up in religion, and religion will send you to hell quick.
Well, that's
Yeah,
why the
Yeah.
devil goes to church.
Yep. Yeah,
Look, I don't tell people I don't claim a religion. I don't claim a denomination. I just tell people I'm a Christian.
Well, and
If
that's
you
true.
want to know
That
what I
covers it.
believe, I'm a Christian.
But
I'm a child of God.
I am a child of
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm a kingdom seeker, because it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom, then all will be added unto you."
I like DC. He said, I'm what you would call a full gospel, non-denominational Christian. That's a mouthful, but that's a good definition.
I just used my filter. I'm such a good girl.
Do what?
I had a thought that I didn't say.
Ah, you caught yourself.
I was going to say it too. I'm not going to say it.
You got everybody curious now.
That's okay.
What was it? What was it?
Did you see
Well,
Philip's
okay.
comment?
It was about a coffee cup, but it was
Look, did you
kind
see
of a
Philip's comment? The one his mama gave him?
Well, I gave my dad one. It said, it had a picture of a goofy guy on it, and it said, I had a choice of being rich or good looking.
Yeah.
So he on the mug, he's not a very good looking guy, but I gave it to my dad just as a joke.
Yeah.
I had a choice of being rich or good looking. So I guess he's rich.
Here we are, huh?
But the joke is my dad wasn't rich.
Yeah. Mm. Record a bunch of podcasts one weekend.
I
Brian's
still
got
got a lot
plans
of
for me.
ideas, but they're just ideas on paper. I'm trying to get some traction. Like I go to take a video and then I review the video and it's crap, so I delete the video.
All right.
And I start over. So
Well,
that's
You can't do that.
just be you, Sarah.
That's
Just
it.
be. If you watch us, that we've got a good understanding now of. We was trying to do, I guess, in a sense, keep up with the Joneses in some ways. Of okay, I need to make
We
this
were
video
just
this
trying
way.
to make it look like we actually plan for things to go the way they do.
And
And that
they don't.
is not. I'm serious. You should have seen how many times, like for the first time we were going live, or no, the
The
giveaway.
hundreds of
Yeah, you should have seen how many times we tried to start, like, film an intro to that video, and the little announcement we had or whatever. Oh, look, I give up. You hit record, and whatever comes out of our mouth is what's
That's what it
going
is.
on that thing.
Yep.
I was done, and from that point on, like I just do everything I can to ignore that camera, completely ignore it. I just
I've
play
been
in my beats and go with that.
I'm not friends with that camera. I've been trying to
No.
be, you know, it's and I'm getting better at it. It's breaking off.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well,
We can,
everything I do is raw. I mean, what you see happens. If I make a
Mhm.
mistake, you see the mistake.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways that's good because other beekeepers see that if you have things so you know methodical. Now, you can have things methodical, but you're still going to screw up. But if you take
Yeah.
those mistakes
Someone's
out
gonna
of
know.
there, well, if you take those mistakes out of there, other beekeepers aren't going to think that, well, I can't do that because I'm going to make this mistake or that mistake,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think about it. I go along and I'll say, oh crap, I shouldn't have done that, almost dropped a frame,
Well, and
I
I
even say
have
it.
dropped frames, and a lot of times the camera's not even running when something interesting even happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like,
You
well,
only catch the
who
stuff
had
you
the
don't
camera?
want.
Nobody had the camera. And then I've got this footage where I had some visitors to my apiary, and I got a good like intro where I had the camera looking at me and I said, "Hey, this is everybody." But then my husband had it after that, and the audio is kind of low. So I'm thinking maybe I should just put like subtitles in there, text
Mm-hmm.
where they can read what we're trying to say. And then, so I've been working on trying to understand how to edit that out and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet.
I'm going to get there. I'm determined to learn it. It's just going to take me a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
it's
like,
more,
I'll read it tonight, and then tomorrow I'll wake up and do my thing, and it's gone. Boom.
Uh-huh.
I have to read it a few more days, and then it'll sink in.
we
Like,
can show more of, this is just a piece of our life.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's
literally.
a little bit of our world. Yes, we love fooling with the bees, and we absolutely enjoy talking with folks and having these fellowships and learning from different people. And like Ed bringing up there, it's good to bring up the mistakes. That way we can actually learn from, okay, look, this is, you're having pretty much the same situation I had with queens, if you will. All right, this is what I done to start with, and it was wrong. So this is where I went to remedy that.
right.
And that's how we're able to pick up these different little things we can put in our toolbox in our head, if you will, and create your own style. There's plenty of men and women out there in the beekeeping world that have the knowledge, the book knowledge, on top of having the field knowledge of being out there. A lot of them, granted, they may have started in beekeeping and carried on and got educated in it, got them a degree on things, and some folks that may have been opposite. They may have got educated first, then started getting into bees. But somewhere between that, you had to figure out how to tend to those bees
Mm-hmm.
and help them along with whatever their needs were. They're going to take care of themselves. We done figured that part out. There's times, yes, as the beekeeper, we need to step in and give them a little bit of sugar or some pollen and things like that during the winter months and seasons of dearth.
Yep. Yep.
But for us, we will show you everything not to do.
Yeah.
If you want to know what to do, like I said, there's some great people on YouTube that have the knowledge that can just tell you right then, say, okay, look, let me tell, like European foul brood or something like that. You could go to Ian, you could go to Frederick Dunn, one of them folks like that, and they can say, okay, this is what the book says, as far as, Frederick Dunn. Then you go to Ian, and he could say, yeah, but this is how I tend to it in the field.
Right.
You can
And
combine those two.
I have I met our state's new inspector last year. His name is
Mm-hmm.
Jared. I forget his last name, but I met him, and because I thought I had nosema in one of my colonies, there was a lot of poo on the front.
Mhm.
So I was concerned about it, and I got a hold of the inspector, and I gave him a sample because I don't have a microscope yet, but I'm looking to get one so that I can look at my own samples.
Mhm.
But he said it wasn't nosema. I just had a lot of mites. So they might have had a bigger mite load, and it may have gotten them dysentery. I don't know.
Hmm.
Still trying to figure that one out. And I read this and I read that, and it's like the one makes sense, but the others like makes sense too, but it's not the same as the other one. So I don't know.
Mhm.
I just keep doing what's been keeping them alive.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still have 23 colonies that have a heat signature.
Yeah.
Doing
You're
something
doing good.
right.
There we go. Like Jeremy's saying, just vlog. Folks will watch it.
Well, and there's a part of when I have my camera, I look at it, see I got an eye there so I can see it if I'm doing this way too.
Mhm.
But as soon as I look at that lens, my words, it's like they go right out my ear.
Mhm.
Come back. I was going to say you. And I look away from the camera or turn the camera off, and then I remember. So I'm doing that kind of thing, but I'm practicing
Mhm.
more. It's going to break off
Yeah.
eventually. I mean, I
But
got
after
this far.
there, that's why, like, for months, like, you go back and look at the early days on our channel, you don't see me in those videos. I'm doing the bees, but he knew better than to put me on camera. It's like, no, 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 no. It took me forever, but I still, well, I lose whatever I'm going to say if I look up and he's got the camera on my face. Like, I can be in mid sentence, but once I realize he's pointing that camera right at me, I'm stuttering. Like, everything is gone.
And it's like, okay, and you know how Peter looked at Jesus when Jesus was walking on the water in the storm? He looked at
Hmm.
Jesus, he was walking on the water, and then he looked away and he fell in the water. That's what we're
Hmm.
like. We're like Peter.
Hmm. And I'll be the first to tell you, I hate that.
Like I said,
And
bro,
it's
Hey,
appreciate
Jay.
you.
Y'all better.
But the things is getting used to, I
Well, and
guess, are trying to get used to that camera in your face.
I appreciate you guys having me up here too because it's breaking off. Every time I do this, I feel it break off more, and I feel I want to do it, you know?
You
So
feel a little more comfortable.
thank you guys.
Oh, absolutely, Sarah. We love having you on here. See, that's what I told him for forever, DC. This is a channel about honeybees. Don't be pointing that thing at me.
Now she wasn't having the camera.
Mm-mm. Sarah, did you see Philip's comment?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a window to say I was beyond help when I got that first hive.
That's it. It's over with then.
That's it. I knew that this is what I wanted to learn about for the rest of my days
Mm-hmm.
because
You know, the
they're
funny thing, you talk about the cameras. You talk about these cameras. You look at it. If I look at the cameras, like if I want to tell something to my best friend, I look at him. I look at him. I look beyond the camera, even though the camera's there. I'm looking in that direction,
Mhm.
so it's getting a face shot. You don't look directly into it. You sort of look to the off to the side and behind it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been trying
I
to look
find.
right at the lens, like right at the lens.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's okay if I look off and, if I'm talking to, yeah, that could work. And I will try that. Thanks, Ed.
I'll have to drag out some of our bloopers. We've got a couple stuff back where
We got more than a couple.
All my videos are bloopers.
Pretty much. That's what I feel like.
like one of them when we was early on, which we only been YouTubing. This is our second year YouTubing,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll say really the early part of our first year going down, we was trying to do the whole intro thing, and I had gotten her on camera for just that second. We're going to do this intro. Had her talked into it, and as we go, and I'm recording and blah blah blah, gun line. Appreciate you coming, doing the whole spiel and all. Then before you know it, somehow the phone come out of the little tripod thing, and all you see is it rolling down the hill, and we're kind of like, well,
We just did that.
and with that one,
Start over.
started.
Joey, it's called the Joey syndrome.
Jasper. Stop.
I
Hey
like
Tim,
Yeah. Go ahead.
last year I lost 60 pounds of honey in the middle of a rainstorm trying to extract in the tent. I put everything, the tent coming down on me, everything, and me fighting to get the tent, trying to get out of it, a whole kit and caboodle. I just put it all in the video. I said, so now this is what you call skin flint beekeeping. You don't buy, you buy you a little pup tent to extract them.
Mm-hmm.
See, I
Well,
do
I mean,
mine in my laundry room right now. And it's just a little space, my laundry room. So it's a cramped little. Well, you can see my video. I have an uncapping where you can. That's my laundry room,
Mm-hmm.
and I put a sheet on the door to keep that room warm.
Mm-hmm.
Money will flow.
Yeah.
Ed, wasn't it old Philip that was heckling you pretty bad about out there extracting honey in a tornado or whatever it was?
Go check
Or
out that video.
hurricane.
Well, what it was is that we had some storms and it had stormed hard earlier today during the day. So there's another one coming in. I saw it, didn't think nothing about it. Thought, well, maybe it's gonna be an easy one because the last one was a little rough. That one had straight line winds in it, and
Mm-hmm.
my wife says that storm's coming. I said, you hear on the video, boom, boom in the background. My wife said, you need to get in. This is coming. I said, yeah, I know it's coming. It shouldn't be that bad. No, it come pouring down, and the screen on the side of the tents, the water came down so hard on the side of the screens of the tent that it blocked all the holes, so there was no airflow. So the whole tent acted like a screen canopy acted like a parachute. Just grabbed that wing, grabbed it, picked it, knocked it over. You see that? I'm sitting there. The camera's coming at me. The tent's coming at me. The whole extractor goes over. I left that thing laying on the ground to get it. After I got out of there, unplugged the cable on the side of the house. Just get in the house. It was funny.
That's an adventure for sure. I don't know. I would have to break my promise. I promised Jesus I wouldn't cuss no more, but I bet I would let a couple fly in that day.
Mm, it'd
I
be
think
hard
there
to
probably
keep
were.
it.
I think there probably were a few words that day.
Well, it happens from time to time.
It
We try to refrain from doing such, but
I had a perfect, it was drawn so thick and so perfect, this frame of honey, and the staple fell, and the whole thing fell. Oh,
No.
it only got a little bit. It fell right on my boot, and it was okay. But like right next to my boot was a mud puddle, like a muddy spot, and it would have been yuck. My boot saved it. And something somebody said reminded me. March 9th is my 3-year YouTube anniversary, and our friend Lee is going to help me put on a live stream anniversary special.
That's awesome, Sarah.
And he's going to be giving away it was the cup. That's it. The mug. He's going to be giving away one of his mugs. And I'm going to have
Awesome.
something
Is it
special to give away too.
is it a let your love flow
It's
cup,
whatever he
Lee?
picks. He said
Hmm.
he would help me with it. So
I mean, I just had to put that little picture in there
I
for
still got to get. I want that shirt
you.
Mhm.
because I got
Just
the
try
smoke
it.
if you got them, and I got if you can't take the heat, stay out of the hive. I got those
That's
shirts.
all I'm wearing.
So I need ideas. What would be like the ultimate 3-year giveaway prize? Beekeeping.
Hmm.
Hmm.
There's so many different ways you could go with that.
I
That
know,
will be
right? Well,
I would
start
say a
y'all in the
3-year
emailing.
comments
prize would
stuff
be
on that one.
Yeah, everybody
someone.
start mailing me with ideas and stuff. I thank you in advance.
Yeah.
I
I'd
think a
say go
smoker would be a
with
good one.
smoker or things that's going to be beneficial to the bees and the beekeeper. Say like some apis or
Well, because I
something along
want to
those
get into
lines.
the spirit of support your local beekeeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what we do is very important to, I mean, not only us, but I've heard a lot of people just say, thank you for, I've never had honey like this. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is special and we need to keep it going.
Yeah. No. We'll see what everybody else has.
Yeah.
What
And
other
we got plenty of
ideas
time.
some people can throw out.
March 9th is what, a month and a few days away. So we got time. We're good.
Yeah.
Uh, and we got, let's see, with some of ours, we did the hive tools. Uh, Blaine, the Texas beekeeper, we got with him and some of his hive entrances that he
Yeah.
makes.
Those went really good.
Philip, RTX, Sophie's little earrings and stuff. Those went real good.
Those are really popular.
Uh, and whoever else has got merch, if you got merchandise, y'all let Sarah know and she can kind of
Yeah.
rummage through and
We'll bring attention to your channel on my live too. That's how we do.
Share the love.
Yes, yes. Well, because a lot of these tips and tricks I would not know if it were not for YouTube beekeepers and beekeepers at the meeting.
Seriously.
So I mean, now that I know some tricks, I can share with new beekeepers, even
Mm-hmm.
seasoned beekeepers, and I'm still learning. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
I was gonna say that's the awesome thing about beekeeping. You cannot know everything there is. There's always something else to learn.
I mean, I'm confident in what I do know, but I know that I
Mhm.
still have a lot to know.
Yeah, for sure. But that just makes it fun, though.
And I feel like the little kid at Christmas, only we've just gotten through Christmas.
And
Spring Swarm is my Christmas.
I know I'm so ready for the spring weather.
Because I look out my kitchen window and I can see my apiary. And so I watch
Mhm.
trees to see and I put out my scions and I watch those scions for is there a swarm in it? Yes, there is. Let's go.
Mhm.
Are there bees in the air? I'm out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be keeping our eyes open, watching Mr. Mike Berry earlier. He had made mention he knows a gentleman that's in the, see if I can put all this at meteorological, okay, world. And according to the fella that done the weather, we're probably gonna have one more good heavy cold spell push through here. Then hopefully we should be on that gradual incline of here comes spring.
Or here comes summer for us.
Well,
We
yeah.
get all of like 2 days of spring weather, and then it's 98 degrees outside.
It feels like that around here a lot. It's like, where did spring go? We were in summer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, by the time we get to May, everything's burn off and then everybody's just too hot. But I'm not going to complain. I will not complain. No.
No, I'm going to try not to. I'm
I
not as confident as you, but I'm going to try not to.
That's just kind of do what we can with what we got. And I mean, I'm just going to be grateful for the warmer weather because I know my aging self, it can't handle the colder weather anymore.
It's painful.
It really is. And that's why I don't complain about it because I don't want to make it worse.
Oh, you grabbing my stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to show you. I just hadn't got up to get it yet, but he read my mind. I think my tincture is almost ready to strain.
It could be.
Like, it's...
Let me see. Make it big there.
Give it a little shake.
cool.
Yeah, I would say go ahead and strain that.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so.
I mean, there is not much
I mean,
left
I would,
on the
yeah,
bottom.
because when mine looks like that's when I start straining. When it gets real dark like
Okay.
that. Yep. Hey, good
It's
night,
almost-
Lisa. And call me, and if I don't answer, I'll call you back.
Play phone tag.
Yes, we can play phone tag. But yeah, what I do is I take like my glass measuring cup and I sent you the picture, didn't I? Where it got like a sieve, a screen,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
put a coffee filter in that, and then
Yeah.
just dump it in there, and it'll
Mhm.
drain very slowly.
Super slow, huh?
It'll be very super slow because all of that sediment will pile up on itself and clog the filter. But if you just scrape the sediment off, it'll keep flowing through.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Dude, James said his is almost black.
Yeah.
How long did you keep yours, James? We're going on
Almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the color of the tincture, a lot of it has to do with what the bees have compiled to make their propolis with. Mine would be more of a dark green color because they get a lot of oils off my soja palms in the yard. Because my propolis is not even brown; it's green.
Really? That's
Yeah, it's sort of
interesting.
like it's green like a dark green like a frog.
Mm-hmm.
Is what color the tincture, not tincture, but the propolis is.
Huh.
I need to start collecting it.
I would
That's
definitely.
pretty cool.
Ours would be either it's like a dark khaki, if not the later in the season, it'll be, I don't know, a shiny brown, I guess the best way to put it, like a polished look to it.
Yeah.
All right, since we're on this has been
colors too.
going through my mind a little bit. We're seeing, or there was folks chirping about the boxes that are roughed up on the inside.
Yeah.
To have the bees, do the propolis, and have more propolis. There were 2 questions on it. My first part was a year or so ago, a lot of folks were making fuss about having to deal with all the doggone propolis in the box.
Right.
Now, I don't, if anybody was up there at the conference and seen them, how rough are the insides of them boxes? Is it like you took, I don't know, 60 grit sandpaper and put on it, or was it more of you put a wire wheel on it
I
and
think
roughed it up.
more like that, only like grooves. Did you see Galloway Lights video where he did like a barcode on the inside of his? And then when they
Mm-mm.
propolis it all, it'll be like a barcode on the. Check out his because he did that where he put grooves on the inside of it. And that's
Okay,
Sebastian,
Jill.
right? Beekeeping and gardening. Hi, Sebastian.
Yeah, Joey said like almost like a wild wheel.
Okay. So I was thinking if it's something like that, then Lord, we got wire wheels, and
Yeah, try
if
it.
you're trying to collect more propolis just to
Because
do
I'm
your
gonna try
fencing,
because that propolis envelope inside the hive just keeps the bees healthier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I want them to make more propolis inside for them. I mean, I want
Mm-hmm.
it too.
Yeah. I'll
But
share it with you, huh?
I want them to make it more for them because healthy bees is more honey for us too.
Mm-hmm.
And these children, they love it. My youngest, she'll stand here like a baby bird with her mouth open until I drop the honey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they always, oh, can I have the honey, Grandma?
Yeah.
That's usually how I sell it. Like if I'm in a market and people are just walking by and I see the kids, I'll do a little scoop of it of the honey on a
Mm-hmm.
little wooden spoon and hand it to them. And hey, I ask parents, can they have this? This honey, you know. And the kid
Mm-hmm.
starts tugging on the mom's shirt. I want some of that, you know. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
It is. Well, and I mean, I can't explain in words
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times how special honey is. Oh, Tracy said Dave Burns put out a video today using a wire wheel.
I may try that on a couple boxes then.
Yeah, I've been
Mm-hmm.
wanting to try it too. And since hubby's got his tools out, he was working on my horizontal hive a little bit yesterday.
Ooh.
It is very much propolis is plentiful around here, and it wouldn't be no problem for them to
Right. It's from what
take
I've
it.
been seeing mine bring in, it's ridiculous. They're propolis factories in there.
Yeah. I've literally broken the tops of frames trying to pry apart the propolis. It's ridiculous down here. But
yeah,
it's
I've
a
cracked
blessing.
frames too.
But now that I really need it for health reasons, it's turning out to be a blessing that I've been
Yeah, I'm
fussing
thinking,
about for 4 years.
well, because part of learning about them is the stuff that they bring in. And when I started learning about that propolis and all the health benefits, that's right up my alley. That's what I need.
Yes.
And to keep these,
Especially since I can't do the venom anymore.
yeah, I know it because I know I feel better when I get stung. Hey, Ricky, we were just talking about a horizontal beehive.
That's what drew him in, Sarah. He heard those magic words.
Mhm.
Yeah, my hubby's building one, Ricky. I'll have pictures soon. Every time I go out there to take a video of him, he's got the radio playing in the garage, so I can't use that.
I know.
It's got, music in the background. And then if I use it, I can't never get monetized.
That's the one thing that like really, really healed me when he started filming to put on YouTube. Because I have music going almost all the time. Literally, my phone's in my pocket. I've got like 1,800 songs downloaded on my phone that I can just listen to commercial free. But I couldn't play my music anymore when we started putting stuff on YouTube. I was like, this is not gonna work at all. But I learned to go without it.
The propolis traps, they
They
work
look
pretty
like
good.
they look like queen excluders. I got one, but I forgot to use it last year, so I'm going to use it this year. But they
Well,
look
let's
like
see what works.
I don't have it in here with me. But it looks like a queen excluder, just a smaller holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you prop it up so that the light comes through and they'll fill the holes on the top.
Oh, okay.
Like under the inner cover, I think.
I think I've seen people use making it out of like metal screen on the top too. You know, that they've done that, and let it get cold and then it cracks off.
Yeah, freeze it and it just it gets brittle.
And I tell you, them rascals will propolize. We mentioned this before, but on one of the horizontal hives, this queen and her colony, I mean, she pretty well filled up by herself that 30 frames. There was, I'd say, a good 25 frames.
Yeah.
Full of honey on one end, and the other end, she had her brood, and she was just doing an awesome job in there. Well, we'll start getting into the warmer season, and we thought we was helping them, but apparently they didn't appreciate it. What we had done is we had opened up another entrance, but we covered it with wire so no robbers could get in on that end of the honey and so on and so forth. Well, we didn't pay them too much attention as far as where we had allowed that entrance to be open for them to generate the air they needed because it was going to get hot.
They did not appreciate our efforts.
No.
At all.
So they banded together, and that opening is probably, I don't know, 4 inches long by, I don't know, or 3/4 inches high, maybe at the most. But from end to end, they propolized it from top to bottom.
Solid. Just shut it off completely.
Not even a little perforated spot to get a draw from one end. They completely sealed it off, and we was like, well, okay.
We did something wrong.
No,
we were not helping them.
I did something. Well, they made like this propolis tower in front of the entrance in one of the 5-frame colonies. I had the nuke, and it was this like cave of you go in the little entrance and it's all propolis. I don't know what they were trying to do.
They may not even know what they were trying to do with that.
I did, because you got to wonder why did they even do it there? Because they cut off their entrance, and I'll have to look my pictures because I know I took a picture.
I was gonna say you gotta have a picture of that.
I just have to find them. They're stacking up. I take some and then I put them in the folder on the desktop, and then I'll walk away from this laptop for a few days, and then I come back with more. I'm a video hoarder.
There's somebody like that.
Don't tell anybody.
We got memory cards all over the place around here.
I mean, everywhere.
And when you get a chance, shoot me a picture of that green looking propolis. I'd like to see that.
I'm trying to figure out what would that be, what that substance would be. Is that like pine resin is more of an amber color, I guess.
I've seen them on the soja palms. They'll get on the soja palms, and usually I thought it was good because they were getting the pollen off that big stamen in the middle of the soja palm.
Okay.
They were nowhere near that. They were going down the leaves and pulling the oils off the leaves,
Well,
chewing on it and pulling the oil off of it.
and that's funny because I've noticed them on like cut wood. They're getting the sap off the wood,
Mm-hmm.
The resin.
the resin coming out of the wood. So, I mean, they find it from everywhere. But around here, I don't have palm trees, so
It's
Yeah,
just
I've
easy
got a
cooking.
fruited palm. I got a jelly palm in the front yard. I got like 6 soja palms in the yard. So they're on those things, but they're not collecting anything but chewing. It looks like they're chewing on the leaves. I was watching it, a couple of them one day. I'm like, man, the only thing I think you can get off of this is the oils.
well, and I got to find that one video because when my husband first put together the horizontal beehive, a leaf cutter bee got in there and stuffed one of their something with the leaf. And it was a leaf. It was an actual bee. I got to find that video because I know I took it.
That would be cool to see.
Because I remember taking the video and putting it in one of my folders. I just can't remember which one.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw a
what
video
Robert
not
was
long ago.
Oh,
I
I
saw a
remember
video not
color.
long ago. They thought they were extracting bees from a cutout, and they found out that they were leaf cutter bees.
Yeah. Well, and I got called for a swarm one time. I get there and they're the cellophane bees. They're, for some reason, they had congregated on this person's back porch and were stinging bees and kids. It wasn't a good thing, but they weren't even honeybees. So I told them how to take care of them. Soapy water kills bees, hornets, and wasps. Just a regular wet shop vac with some soapy water in it, and there you go. It'll kill them. But it wasn't honeybees. I was disappointed.
What we done on somebody called us. They said they got honeybees in their house. And soon as we pulled up and the fella pointed out, well, that's where the entrance is right there. Well, we could tell it was an old brick house, but you could tell immediately it ain't bees. Because you could see where they had built the pulp on the outside. Well, what it ended up being was them German yellow jackets. Our eastern yellow jacket, they'll burrow under the ground. That's the ones you find in the yard whenever you hit with the lawnmower and things like that. Them old Germans, they'll kind of do like bees. They'll congregate in a shed, in a drum, anything they can get in up above ground. Well, they had gotten into this space in the wall, and we put dish soap in the vacuum. We went in there real quick and we got the nest out. It was pretty good sized nest of them in there, but we was curious as to how many queens was in there. And the queens that we could find that wouldn't turn into slushy, if you will.
Yeah.
How many was it? 37 queens?
Yeah,
There
they
were
found a
30
lot.
something queens. I had no idea they had that many in there.
They do. There was one in my bathroom one spring, a yellow jacket queen, trying to find something, but she found her way in here. She ended up dead.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just a yellow jacket, but it was bigger. So I looked it up, and sure enough, it was a queen.
Yeah.
To get in here making an no.
No, you can leave.
No.
When I was a youngin', I couldn't have been 7, 8 years old at Mom and Daddy's old place. We had the ground dwelling yellow jackets real bad. Every single year, for some reason, they nest in Mom and Daddy's yard. Well, each time we would go out there at night and Daddy would pour gas on them, kill the colony, so on and so forth. Well, there was one where Daddy couldn't find the escape hole. And he'd been searching. He knew where the entrance was, but he's like, there's an escape somewhere. We got to find that to kill him good. Well, he finally got fed up, never could find it. And I went out there following my daddy as a child. I'm going to watch daddy kill these things. We get revenge. You know what I'm saying? Well, I stepped back, I don't know, a foot or two. Daddy hits him with that gasoline. And y'all, before I knew it, I was barefoot out there. And son, they started tearing the bottom of my feet up.
He was standing on the other hole.
So, I went to screaming, and the words out of my daddy's mouth was, "There it is."
Not, are you okay?
Nope, not are you okay? Go to your mama. None of that. We found
Yeah. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Pretty much. That's it.
Yeah.
My dad, when he was little, like 5 or 6, on his way home from school, found a yellow jacket nest, threw a rock at it, and proceeded to get stung lots and lots. And I guess my grandma put Fells Naphtha soap on the stings, and it helped him. That's what he told me. But yeah, he said, I will never forget it. They stung him so bad. And they kept coming, and they just kept coming.
Yeah. And they can just keep stinging too.
Yeah.
Over and over.
And their venom hits different because my husband got stung. I haven't been stung by a yellow jacket, thank goodness. Knock on wood, it won't. But he got stung, and he said it hits a lot different than honeybees.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. They hurt way worse than honeybees.
It hurts immediately. At least with a bee sting, you feel a little bit of burn first, and then you start feeling it.
Yeah. I mean, like the bee sting is like a bad pinch to me or something.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of a burn. But those things, it's like an electric shock.
Yeah, the wasp. Now, I've been stung by wasp. Those paper wasp. That wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't a bee either.
Yeah.
The wasp is worse than the honeybee, actually, in my opinion. I don't know.
Like the worst one, and if you ever been hit by one of these, let me know in the chat. But the cow ant.
Oh, them red velvet ants?
Yes, man, or wasps is what they technically are.
We get them.
We just call them old cow ants.
Wasp. We get them around here. I've never been stung by one, but I always kill them when I see them.
Ooh, you talk about some pain. Same incident, running barefooted as a kid. I stepped on one, and it let me know fast.
And feet are
He made him know.
The vivid words I remember, Philip, was, "Well, there it is." The rest of it was dramatic emotion, and that turned into go to your mama and let her handle all that.
Jeremy Ewing's got, that sounds like my kind of coffee cup. He said some people call it a soup bowl, but I call it a coffee cup. That's hilarious.
Well, you got your one in there we got from the big time beekeeper. We went to the auction.
I have been accused of drinking coffee out of soup bowls before.
Hey, when all the rest of them are dirty, it's fair game.
Oh, that's not even just because the rest of them are dirty. It's just because I need that kind of caffeine jolt.
It's just drinking straight out of the pot.
Hey, have you seen that little? It used to be on the Book of Faces all the time, but the picture of a coffee pot and somebody stuck a straw in it. And it says, I was today years old when I realized my coffee pot has a straw holder.
I got that on my Pinterest.
Yeah,
I don't do the Book of Faces anymore, but I still have a Pinterest, and I'm here on
it's
YouTube.
not even worth your time anymore. I
It's
hardly
really.
ever get on there.
I was trying to think. It was like maybe 2016 that I dropped off of it. I just said, "Forget this," and I'm nope.
It's
Nope.
just drama on there. Like, it is just drama.
Appreciate you, Robert. Thank you much, bro.
Yeah, I drink it to save trips to the kitchen. You got a good point.
I remember I was doing some work at Lowe's one time, and they started bringing out these new the planters out there in the garden area,
Yeah.
and the way they designed them, they almost looked like a coffee cup. The only thing was missing was the handle. And you're talking about like these big old pots with looks like they're missing the handle on it for a coffee cup. But man, that made a good coffee cup.
I got
Mhm.
one with a handle. It's a big, and it looks like it's got a handle on it.
Oh,
Paint
yeah.
off of it, but yeah, I got one.
Take care, Livermore.
Good night, Keith.
Ooh, Texas pecan. That sounds pretty good, Jamie.
Texas pecan. Now, see, I found Southern butter pecan flavor,
Mm-hmm.
the store brand. It was pretty good. I usually get hazelnut creamer.
Yeah.
Wow, it's almost 10 o'clock. Really?
I know. I
I feel
just
like I
saw
just
it's
clicked
almost
on, right?
9. We've been going the whole 2 hours already.
Wow.
It ain't been like that
All
long.
right, you guys are talking about coffee. This is one of my favorite coffees here. Hopefully you can see it. Oh man, it's not showing up.
Uh-oh.
It's by Barney's. Public sells it.
Barney's. Oh my gosh, I love Barney's coffee.
And they said they it still won't show up on the video, but it's Santa's White Christmas. They sell it year round.
Yes.
It is a very good coffee. I keep
Hey,
some around all the time.
if you like Barney's, you need to try their Cafe Blues coffee. It's like a maple pecan kind of flavor. It is awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
so keep it going, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Death Wish coffee. That's some strong stuff when you want strong coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, you open your eyes up and keep them like got toothpicks in them.
That is not for amateur coffee drinkers at all.
No,
You just
No.
start sweating. Like
Yeah.
people that have had their first espresso, they just start the sweat. Just
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I'm past that.
Cuban espresso. You ever had any of those?
No,
I don't think so.
Down South Florida, I used to drink some Cuban espressos in South Florida. Those things will light you up. The first time they gave me one, it was a little tiny cup. I'm like, you call this coffee? The one little
Yeah.
cup?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it lit me up. It lit me up quick.
Yeah.
they,
You gotta be careful with that espresso.
yeah.
She was fussing on the way home a while ago about how she done sat there and drink a pot or two and she can't hardly wake
I'm
up.
still yawning.
I said, they feeding y'all a bunch of placebos with this coffee that's supposed to make you get up and go and run for hours on end.
I get one cup in the morning and then I have to send another one down to see why the first one ain't doing its job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's usually about the 4th one before the first one finally starts kicking in. And then it'll go. But no.
I'll kill a pot before I leave the house.
Well, and I try not to drink any like afternoon.
Go to sleep.
But sometimes 2 o'clock rolls around and I'm still having a coffee.
Look, it's 9 o'clock and I just finished my last cup for today. But I'm literally like almost 3 pots deep today. I need to quit because
Someday,
it's still not waking me up. Hmm.
Oh, Jeremy's saying I drink it to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I like I get that sleepy time tea, the
Mhm.
herbal. I'm trying to grow my own chamomile. I had it growing 1 year, but then something happened, it died. But I would like to have a bunch of chamomile so I can have my own chamomile tea.
Yeah.
And plus, they just look like little pretty daisies.
Yeah. I don't know. I never could get into the teas and stuff. I'll drink sweet tea, cold, but I just never had a hot tea that I was just like, I could do that.
Well, and I've experimented with some different teas, and I'm
Mm,
still just a coffee gal.
yeah,
Just like,
that's me.
but I gotta have my creamer in it. My dad,
Well,
he said he took his coffee black because when he was in the mess hall in the army, by the time
mhm.
he got to the coffee, the cream and sugar was all gone, so he just took it black.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm bowing out. I gotta get up in the morning for work.
Well,
All
good
right, bro.
night.
We appreciate you coming in with us this evening.
I was just gonna
We're
say
fixing to,
it's getting late. My
I
family.
know, we're fixing to wrap it up too. It's back to the real world tomorrow.
Let
Yeah.
me
But
pass this along.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to tell him thank you for the update, but I will add Rachel too.
You said leave the lady on the prayer list, Rachel or Deanna.
Deanna is on the prayer
Okay.
list.
Leave Deanna on there to add Rachel.
But Rachel is your mentee, Philip, and Deanna is her best friend. Do I have that right?
We'll get it together, but y'all pray for those two ladies.
Yes, my mentee, Rachel. Looks like we need to leave Deanna on Rachel.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you again for sending that to us.
Yeah.
We'll definitely continue to
Well, they
keep her and add the other one to it as well. But once again, thank you, Sarah. We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in with us.
I had a great time, guys. Thanks.
We did.
I'll be in chat next week. I don't know if I'll jump on. Maybe.
Next week,
You're always welcome, Sarah.
we will have, that'll be the 4th. Next week will be the 4th.
I think so.
Okay. Next week, we're going to have Mr. Terry Chapman from Guardian Bee Apparel.
All right. Well, I will be in the chat.
I forgot about that.
So
Yep,
we will be open. Go ahead.
It is the 4th.
Okay. So y'all got any questions on?
Tim does have a birthday coming up, Lee.
Good night, Frank.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, next week.
It's a big day.
Well, I'm sure we'll see. Somebody's got to have live tomorrow, and
I think we won every night of the week now.
yeah, somebody's got.
Carl says Tim's turning 21.
Twice.
Yeah.
It'll be my second time turning 21.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty good one, Carl. You guess I'm pretty much on the button there, bro.
Oh, happy birthday, Michael. I'm sorry we missed it. Okay, we can really wrap it up now.
All right, y'all. We appreciate you. God bless you, Lord willing. We'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care.
Everybody.
Bye.